Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a penguin. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the top part of the body. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. At the bottom, draw another circle as a guide for the lower half of the body. Make this circle slightly smaller than the first circle. Don't place the circles too close together or the body will be too short. Place this circle slightly to the right of the first circle. At the top, draw another circle as a guide for the head. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. Draw this circle about 1/4 the size of the first circle. The edges of the top circles should touch. Inside the head, draw a horizontal line. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later on. To the left, draw a long, thin, triangular shape as a guide for the beak. Pay attention to the length of this guide in relation to the head. Under the bottom circle, draw a short angled line as a guide for the foot. This line should be similar to a backward letter L. Connect the head to the body using short lines to create the guide for the neck. The shape of the neck should be wide. Connect the body circles using longer lines to finish the guide for the torso. Curve the lines slightly so that the body is round. Inside the body, draw a long vertical line as a guide for the flipper. Pay attention to the length and placement of this line in relation to the body. Bend the bottom of the line to the right slightly. On the bottom right side of the body, draw a small triangular shape as a guide for the tail. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch a small circle for the eye. Place the eye above the horizontal line and close to the top edge of the beak. The eye should be small in relation to the head. When you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. Add short angled lines on the sides of the shape for the corners of the eye. Darken the circle to create the iris. Inside the eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. In the middle of the eye, draw a small circle and shade it in for the pupil. Draw a couple of lines around the eye for creases. Use the triangular shape on the left as a guide to draw the beak. Darken the top edge of the guide to create the top part of the beak. Draw a curved horizontal line across the shape for the beak's opening. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the line when you get the shape right. Make the tip of the beak pointy. Darken the bottom edge of the guide for the lower section of the beak. Curve the right tip of the line up. At the top, draw a short angled line for the base of the beak. Draw a horizontal line to the left for a crease on the beak. Draw another angled line on the bottom part of the beak for the color separation. Use the initial circle as a guide to draw the rest of the head. Connect the top of the circle to the top part of the beak to make the shape of the head wider. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the line when you get the shape right. The front part of the head should be wider than the initial guides. Draw a sloping line on the bottom left side for the bottom of the head. darken the right side of the guides for the back of the head. Inside the head, draw a big curved shape for the color pattern. Draw 2 sloping lines under the horizontal construction guide. On top of the horizontal guide, draw a big circular shape. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. The shape should be white at the top and thin at the bottom. Use the vertical line inside the body as a guide to draw the flipper. Make the top part of the line longer. Darken the rest of the line but make it a bit wavier. Lightly sketch another vertical line to the right to make the shape thicker. This line should be close to the right edge of the body. Don't connect the lines at the top. The bottom of the shape should be thin and pointy. Use the angled line at the bottom as a guide to draw the foot. Draw the top part of the foot around the guideline. Darken the bottom line for the bottom of the foot. Lightly sketch a long thin shape for the toe. Add a small triangular shape on the tip of the toe for a nail. Darken the line for the top part of the toe. Add another small triangular shape for another nail. Draw another short line at the top to separate the toes. Not all the toes will be visible from this angle. To the left, draw a similar shape for the other foot. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Draw a sloping line for the top part of the foot. On the left side, draw a small triangular shape for a nail. Draw a second triangular shape for another nail. Draw a short sloping line to separate the toes. Use the remaining shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the body. Simply darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the body. The sides of the body should be made up of long continuous lines. At the bottom, draw a series of short strokes for the feathery bases of the short legs. Use the triangular shape on the bottom right side as a guide to draw the tail. Darken the shape using short strokes to create a feathery texture on the tail. Draw a long vertical line across the body for the color separation. A portion of this line will be hidden behind the flipper. Use short strokes at the bottom to create a feathery texture. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now color your drawing. Use different shades of yellow-orange inside the small section on the beak, the pattern on the head, and the top of the chest. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to darker colors. Slowly blend all the colors together. Inside the head and chest, use orange at the top and gradually transition to yellow at the bottom. Push down slightly harder on your pencil to blend the colors together. Color the rest of the head black. Don't overlap the orange sections when you use black. Add a thick black stripe for the color separation on the body. Color the right side of the body using gray. Use different shades of gray to create shadows. Slowly and gradually blend all the gray colors together. Color slowly and evenly for a smooth texture on the body. Color the top part of the beak and the feet dark gray. Draw a cast shadow at the bottom using gray and a bit of blue. Add a bit of light gray to the white section of the body to create some shadows. Coloring can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result, and that's it for the penguin. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.